Whoa! Hello. What a beautiful night it is. And I hope, whoever you are, wherever you are, while you're watching this, and at whatever time you're watching this, you're feeling great. I would assume you must be, watching this at a time of some kind of relaxation or something, because it's pretty long videos, these ones. That's something I would probably watch, you know, when I was nice and sit up on the couch or something. You know, and I was gonna go for a long time, you know, and just kind of chill, relax or whatever, because, you know, it's long, you can't pay attention or whatever, but maybe background noise or something, that's fun too. But, yeah. Anyway, Billy Cultist here, and we're back in No Man's Sky. Namaste. The lake glows at night. Ain't that beautiful? Check out that beauty. I'm not gonna go in it right now, but or mess with it. But yeah, the Molaria mining base still going up, and we're at night on Sultan's Retreat. And the Sultan's Retreat at night, you get all this bioluminescence from all these fungal plants and animals. I don't know if the animals. The animals here do not seem to show this distinctive lighting pattern, but these mushrooms and these ground covers certainly do like to display their joy at night in this way. But anyway, we got work to do on the base. However, I am put in mind of the fact that I have just recently actually taken part in the Titan expedition, which, if you're following anything on No Man's Sky, you probably already know well and good, that the Titan expedition is up and running, and you can complete that. I don't know how many weeks are left on the expedition, but I think it is still open. And if you do, wrong button, I'm going to try and get in and show you. Let's see, let's get my collection. I got... Come on. Oh, baby, she won't. There she comes. Right down out of the sky. Say hello to my new Bugatti or whatever. This is the Wraith. I didn't rename it yet. I guess I could rename it. Hey, that's a good idea. We haven't had a poll in a while on this series. So, guys, there will be Marty will open up a community poll after this video comes out. What should we name my ship? Get in the comments and put out your thoughts on that. Remember, it's got to be clean, like you were in the Victorian times. But you know, come up with something creative. But yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's the ship you get from the Titan expedition completion, and I got it. We can get inside for a second. I might give it a spin. Kind of looks like my other living ship, really. The cockpit's not much different, except the coloration is a much more bland color. My other living ship is a very red in color, and that carries over to the interior as well. But let's take her for a little spin. A little test drive. Out into the space. Blast up some rock or something. I guess, you know, we could have fought some pirates or something, maybe. There are no pirates, really, right now, but, yeah, honestly, feels a lot like the other living ship I already have. Except the exterior is quite different in appearance. I will check on the, yeah, the good old, here we are. Look what we got here. Got all this stuff. It's pretty much the same stuff as the other living ship. I have no augmentations applied yet, so this is base level what you'll get. Except for this stuff, but that's storage. But these components here, I guess this is base level what you'll get, because I have no upgrades installed or anything yet on this thing. But yeah, a lot like the other living ship. S-Class. I said, flexible, powerful. We also got the I-beam. from the Rotten Eye or whatever they call that. You can blast apart all your targets with ease. And yeah, you get that from Titan Expedition Completion. Titan Expedition Completion is, I don't know, depending on how you feel about it. It's kind of a chore to me. I'm not... I complete the expeditions because I like the rewards, but frankly, if I had a way to just grab the rewards... I guess, though, that's, you know, how they build up the mystique around your items. You can feel, you know, purple rare about it, you know. I went to the trouble of fighting the thing and going through the expedition. I will say, in terms of expeditions, Titan was a little better. I found it a little easier to complete than... What was that other one where I got the other ship? That last one they had, the Creepy Cthulhu Expedition. Echoes, was it? I think, maybe? But yeah, it was a lot easier than that. I will give some warning about it, though. There's one particular part I found to be quite a conundrum for me, and it may prove so for you, and so here's a heads up on that, if you're not already in there. It is a part where they want you to get a crashed freighter in the ocean. They are like, go scan with the Nautilon sonar and find a crash in the ocean. Well, if you're at that part of the expedition, you are likely in a system where there was a big water planet, and there's a couple planets that are not water planets but have fairly reasonably deep oceans. But you will, I think, have quite a lot of difficulty finding the crashed freighter, because I scanned around for it quite a bit at that point, and I could not find myself a crashed freighter for saving my life, even though I tried multiple planets and bodies of water. And I believe I have the solution, which is the system itself is abandoned. This is something that I found out. The system is abandoned. And because it is an abandoned system, there is no presence of any civilization. Like, you know how the systems, if you play No Man's Sky, they will have an indicator of who dominates the system in the Gek, or the Korvax, or the Viakeen. But, it's one of those guys, or it's just abandoned. And that system's abandoned, and you can't find freighter crashes in an abandoned system. So, what I did to get around that was I went back a system from the rendezvous point system to a system that was populated by somebody. I don't know who, but it doesn't matter. I found a water planet, I got in the ocean, and right away I found the wreck of the freighter. So hopefully, maybe if you're stuck on that part like I was, that will help you out. So that was the hardest part, where I got the most stuck during completing that expedition. The rest of it was pretty basic to me, just a lot of tedious, you know, kind of go here, mine this, go here, mine this stuff, you know, kind of that kind of thing, but not really super difficult. And not as difficult as some of the things were in the previous expedition before, the Echoes spooky one from Halloween. At least I think it was Halloween, if I'm remembering it right. But anyway, let's climb the base. Well, we've got, of course, business to attend to. Big business. We got to keep on building upwards and onwards. And I gotta decide, I'm gonna fall off down in my old base and break my body down below here before we get up. But I have to decide something. I need to figure out what I want to put at the top of this base, because we are coming to that direction. Typically, with this format of base, I have chosen to cap off the mining tower with a, oh, that's nice, with a kind of a control section of the building where there's presumably this is where everybody controls the building or something. But I had thought this time it might be neat if I was to put a docking thing for spacecraft, like a sort of a landing pad up top. Might be not only visually neat, but kind of reasonable. Say, like for the small freight craft to come in and land and take away freight from the riches of the mine as they come out. But we need to go up another level here. And I believe I will, in fact, raise this. We'll use this one. I like that. But we'll raise this up just one more level up so that we can start going for our... Oh, wait, I forgot. There was another thing I want to do. I think I want to bring this in. But to do that, I'm going to have to triangulate here. Also, try to get the triangles to fit. Once we get... Okay, there we go. Yeah. And then we're going to bring this in by putting these all the way around it. And this will be a little bit of a tedious gesture, but we do have to try. So, oh man, just trying to get them to swing into position can often. If you've followed this series, you certainly know by now about this business. I kind of wish I've run into a problem, or at least a thing where I wish there was more floor pieces to... Like, when I'm doing something like this, I sometimes feel like I do wish that we had a way to go and get it so that square pieces, you could do a corner like this, but have like a square area so that you could then put square pieces in between and not have to do all these little triangles if you want to fill something like this in. So it might be nice if they had some kind of corner floor piece. That's a thing, Hello Games. If you're watching this for whatever reason, that's my thoughts. Boy, I wish I could. Okay, if I just... Maybe if I go up... There we go. Sometimes from the overhead, it's a lot easier to get these to snap. We do our best. Now, of course, I'm not a master glitcher. You know what I'm saying? If you're No Man's Sky person, there's the glitchers. The glitchers are the people that know how to do crazy things with these snapping mechanics and the build mechanics. They get some really impressive productions going on with that. But there, that's what I wanted to do. Bring that in a little bit closer like that. And what we're going to do, yeah, we narrow it up. And we're gonna see that way now. I think this will be visually nice, but also we can now hook up. Actually, wait though. I wanted to use those other ones, these ones. Hopefully it will fit. This is a little bit difficult. There we go. But yeah, basically we can now hook that. And we just have to use one piece now to get around the whole, we're using less pieces. Like down here I had to always use a half wall because, yeah, it was wider. So now we're we don't have that problem anymore. We can go up using this method. And now I gotta really kind of sit and think about how I want to hook this up. We're going up into this control area. By the way, I want to test something. That will fit there, of course. Yeah, I don't know how high, for sure, I want this to go. I might put another layer of these. If I could get them to... This is the problem with these. I don't want it on the inside. I want it outside. Not facing in like that. And it won't... That's what I want. You see that? But there's always a part where it'll get stuck and it won't do what I want. Just one of them will be stuck. Or two. How in the world can I get this to flip? You're supposed to be able to do it with R1, but it won't rotate. This has got to be one of the things that I really am most irritated by in the build mechanics. It just won't rotate. Sometimes I've had like a thing where if you get on the inside of the building, you get kind of close to the wall, you can flip it and it will flip, but it's not working out here. Okay, I might have to abandon my idea of... Well, maybe not completely, but certainly partially abandon the idea of having those all the way around that. We'll just put these ones again here. That's how she goes, I guess. I may have to work on the inside a little bit more, too, because we've got this thing. We've got this thing here in the center going up, as you know. From last time. It's kind of like this little access tower or whatever where you could presumably access and maintenance these main components of the tower. I do know though that I've got some other things that need doing. Cleaning up basically the... Oh, come on, please. There we go. That's perfect. Cleaning up these, because I know I forgot to put these on here. Like so. We do need to do that. I was thinking the other day, I was actually off on that planet. And what I found, and I showed at the end of the video last time, how to get there, the planet of Iron Lung. It's like a ocean of blood planet that I discovered with a very deep ocean. Very cool. But I was off kind of messing around on that planet a day or two ago or so. Just kind of looking around. And I was thinking, hello games. If you're watching especially, but just to float this thought out there in the face of everybody. A really cool thing that might make No Man's Sky super interesting would be if there was, like, cryptid creatures. How could I explain the concept? I've got to put some more of these things down here at the bottom, because we still, like, this needs... That's interesting. Oh, I see what happened. Oh! Hey, I think that was like 3 or 4 videos ago I lost that. I didn't know where it went. That's what happened to it. I'm going to put some of these along this. Just because I think that'll look cleaner. But the cryptid idea. This game, if there were like cryptid creatures, and what I mean is you need to make these kind of spooky, weird class of creatures. You know what I'm saying? And we could put these pipes up too. Basically, a spooky, weird class of creatures. And they would be very, very difficult to find. Like, and maybe there would be special mechanics to finding them, and like kind of a complicated, you know, method behind that or something. And don't tell anybody too. Like, have it Have you know how, like, Red Dead and GTA have these, like, mysterious things where people just goof around and then, like, they stumble upon these things and then they become these big, like, mysterious, like, quests, kind of, but they're not official. There's no guide about how to get them. You have to kind of, like, invest time in the game, and then eventually people, they kind of figure out the lore and they post all that junk, and then they have these big mysteries about things. That's what you could do. Like, you could maybe I'll bring these up a little bit higher too. You could have these cryptid creatures that just are rare, and kind of it's a conundrum to get them to appear, and there's not really like any guide. There's no like quest about it to hold your hand and be like, well, here's what you do if you want to get the thing to come out or whatever. Yeah, that could work. But basically, and you just, somebody finds it, and then you could make this whole thing out of it and be like, oh wow, look what I found. Oh, I was in the deep ocean or something in no man's sky. Look at this bizarre creature, this weird, creepy humanoid thing or something, creepy pasta creature, I guess. And then, what should we do with this? I guess I'll just bring these pipes up further because they're going to go up anyway. But then you could just be like, you could be like, oh, there's the creature, I found it, and it's very rare, so it's really neat when you find it and everything. It's like a real adventure and a mystery and everything. And you could also have the creatures, if you wanted to go further, you could tie that to, like, items or something that you could make. Like, oh, if you get this creature, you could somehow get an item from it. You know what I'm saying? That nobody else could get unless they also found the creature. And that would drive up, the whole experience. It's like, wow, I found it, and I got the thing from it. And, I guess there'd be like this argument where, like, well, that's not very fun. What about the people who just never get lucky and never find it? They'll just... Well, that's the conundrum, I guess, because there's always got to be somebody on the outside, That's just how these things have to work. Yeah, some people probably would never find them. That's true. I might turn those... No, I won't. I'll keep those that way. I'm gonna bring this up to look a little better here. Maybe. Bring it up in front, that'll work. Just to kind of connect it there. And it back, and that'll be it. Actually, I might also put that on there, just try to make it look more industrial and everything. But yeah, you could... Let's decorate this thing a little, or see if we can. I don't know how this is going to work, actually, with this door here. We will see. That would... To me, that sounds like a neat idea, though. Give your thoughts on that, but... Okay, that's maybe not going to work as well as I'd hoped. Possibly. It's a little bit wonky there. I don't know well, the door... Yeah, I don't know if the door... I'll just put it there to test it. The door can close on it, so that's nice. I could, of course, get rid of those, and I could take... Let me see here. We could try putting a much more thin pipe through there. Like that. That might work. Yeah, that might work to give us what we need. Of course, this can't be resized, so that's not going to work out. We need something that's nice and square. Oh, this could work, the server. And that can be resized too, so that's nice. Just kind of try to get it on the... Okay, that's not fitting super well there, but... wish it was lined up better a little bit, but... move that in there. That's a little cockeyed, but I don't think it's so much that it's... Dress it up a little, it'll be fine, I think. And then we'll put some control panels, so it's like, here's the access where you could get to these important panels that are of great importance to running this contraption. You know, another thing I thought about, we need to kind of be thinking about, that's a little cockeyed though. We need to kind of be thinking about the outside of the tower and lighting it. At night, you know, it doesn't look the best. Could look a little better. You know another thing I'll put in here? This thing. It's quite nice sometimes. Actually, it might work well in that gap area. Well, okay, or maybe not. Put it on this side here. Kind of sticking off there like that. Kind of try to color it too. Let's see, so it'll match the other part. That works well. That works very well. There. So we've got a little kind of maintenance thing going on here. And you get in and you can mess with the goings on of this, easily access some flow or something. I don't know. You know, it's really just kind of role play. It doesn't have any real in-game use, but it's kind of neat. So yeah, I now I might go to the outside and kind of think about messing with some lighting or something. Actually, I don't need to go out physically. I could just... One thing I certainly like to do quite often is to take these flags or banners, because they're very eye-catching. They also are quite good in terms of lighting effect, and we'll apply those to the outside. Scale them up. They can be scaled too, which is quite nice too. It's sometimes a little weird to set them up, but I think I'll put them on these things all the way around. That seems like a neat idea. We could color them too. I don't know if purple might work. I might do purple. I don't know. Could do a darker purple. Or that purple. We'll go with that purple for... Yeah, we'll go with that. And try to figure out... I kind of put that right about there. So have them lined up as much as we can. I put those under there, and at night that will help with lighting and everything. It'll make it look much neater from the outside. We could also put some around the base too of the tower. There was another thing I was thinking of doing on the outside, which after I put these, you know, get these on. Now you could argue that these should be saved for later when I get the entire structure up, because it's kind of detail work to put these lights on, and in art the rule is you want to work from your general to your specific detail. And so doing this artistically would probably be more advisable to get the whole building structure, you know, laid out, and then put the little details on it. But I like to jump around some. You know, I don't see why we can't do that. We'll see where we could put these down here. We might have to do something. I'd like to have these hanging off around the base here. That could be neat. But we're going to, if we want to do that, we're going to have to do something like temporarily put some walls up. Right here, outside. Yeah, like that. All around. And what we'll do is, we're going to take these down, of course. When we get our flags up. But for now, because the flags won't... The flags will not stick. Because of the way the setup is. You'll see what I'm saying when I start doing it. Yeah, let's get back to the flags. Oh, nice. It kept the same color. I'm too used to dreams where if you, get off and it changes everything you had. Make them nice and big, and we'll put them right there at the base. Like that. Ooh, make sure this is... Yep, it's good. Okay. Right at the base. And we'll just put them all the way around. Because you see, we need these temporarily here so that we could put the flags on like this. If we didn't have them, it would be like that, see? We're trying to... It would be putting them in the wrong position. So there. Nicely lined up. Trying to get it nicely lined up. This might be a little tough with this mushroom thing. We may have to kill you, mushroom. I have to find out. I'd have to kill you. Making this difficult. If we kill it, it'll be back. I'm gonna take it out. It's getting in the way. You cannot be blocking progress, you plantoid maker of impediment. You are stopping the wheel of industry, and you're gonna come down now. There we go. It is night out, so we could maybe take a look at the effect of these lights. Of course, now it changed the color back, so I have to add the scale, so I'm gonna have to scale it up properly again. Make sure it's the same scale as it was before. I think that's roughly the same. And get this last one in. The mushroom will grow back later, by the way. But yes, there. Right there. And now we just go along. Gotta be a little careful though. We don't want to delete anything that we want to keep. But we get rid of those. And those lights will still be in position with those nice big banners. I think we got it all, right? Let's take a step back and see. See, those lights really... They really add to the look. At night, especially. Really nice. I like that quite a bit. It's really starting to look like a real serious... You are a pain to the existence of all living creatures, except for yourself. Plant. But there, it's really starting to look like a serious, a mining base. Sci-fi structure. Very neat. I really like the look now. We just need to get the top. I really am starting to think that I do want to put some kind of landing pad at the very top where you could come in with the ship and land. And that would be where the freight vehicle comes in every 2 months or whatever to this outpost and picks up the paraffinium and then flies off with it to trade or whatever. But yeah, those lights look pretty good. Now to do something else to the exterior that I had in mind that would increase the visual interesting aspect of it. Gonna have to get up here, I think, on this platform, though, to make this easier for me. Perfectly, I think. These pipes, where are they? Little pipes. I think this could be a neat deal to do. Put that on free placement for a second, because I don't want trouble. But we'll turn that. Try to get this lined up. Do you see that center line running right down the pipe? It's kind of an axis along which the pipe will function. All pipe connected to it will function too that way. Trying to line this up though with there. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but put one inside just so that there's, you know, it kind of looks nicer. Bring one down, and then you see when I put the curve in the pipe, it's going to curve along that axis that line is. So that's why I was trying to line that up so much. But now we'll just... You see where I'm going here? It's kind of like a neat, I don't know, support slash pipe looking thing. Looks neat though. It looks like tech and architecture. Just adds more interest to the base visually. And we're going to monkey around with this a little bit. And line that up as best we can. I could have gone to free placement. And... well, that's... odd. It doesn't matter, though. It works. That one... how come that... well, wait a minute. Could I have done that with this one? I might just leave it that way. Yeah, this one's a little bit higher. I'll just leave it that way because visually it's interesting to have some asymmetry, but interesting. Oh, I think I know what I did. Huh. Let's see about that. Line that up. No, I don't know. I added this on here. We'll make this one the long one again, though. Maybe I'll make an extra long one. On one of them. But it is kind of nice to have some visual asymmetry. That could be neat. Of course, it's nice to have some symmetry, too. We like symmetry when we look at things. But I will go for some visual asymmetry in terms of this thing. And one of them I'll put super long, just because, like I said, the visual asymmetry is kind of nice to look at. Please, sir. Don't give me trouble. There we go. This one will go down a ways. Actually, I'll also put some big giant ones there. There, that's nice. Kind of interesting there. Then put those on the bottom. Should go in. Okay. Very nice. We only got one more. And I'll make this one normal. Now, of course, these going into the... I don't think I'm going to go into the detail of where these go, because they're kind of going right into our storage garages. And I guess that's a little bit weird, because it's like, well, where do they go? These pipes, what do they carry? And I'm not going to roleplay that deep. We are just kind of doing things for the looks on this, but for that part. But it looks neat. That's kind of what I'm doing right there. But basically, yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Another thing we could do is kind of add some stuff to these storage garages. I may go ahead and just try to start adding the containers. I forgot the components of those containers. And I've made it quite difficult on myself to get in here. I could just do it, though, in the visual mode or whatever. I do have these things which are new, and these could look really nice in there. But first, we will put our utilitarian pieces in. And that is these. I guess they're pretty easy to build. Put them in there. Okay, now I'll try to find my way around in here. There we go. And we can color them and give them rust, make them look more interesting, and make them fit. And I'll just I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of put one of these in each storage garage at kind of the back of the roof. Oh, we're out of... Wait a minute. Why can't we build more? Oh, wait. That's because it's the number the 0 one. We gotta put up... they're numbered. I forget kind of how these things work, actually, so... Actually, this may be sort of silly what I'm doing now, but... If it is, I'll figure it out later. We'll fix it. I don't remember how many we're gonna have. Like 6... Probably, basically. We'll find out. But yeah, we'll stick those back there. Apparently they need to be powered too, so they're not really going to be accessible until we get the power station in place. Okay, how far are we? 5? I think 6, because we've got a 6-sided building, correct? And we've got a garage for basically every face. But then we did have 6, basically, because I'm forgetting there's a 0 one. So, yeah, we have 6 of these. Okay, so those work nice in there. And I will do a little dressing up of the, using this. This is very good for, like, a storage. See how nice that is? Well, I mean... doesn't fit, but it's scalable, so you could, if it doesn't fit, you can kind of make it fit, so that's nice. Just kind of put those in there, and you can stack them. Looks like we're storing all kinds of stuff in here. Heavy duty storage. Put that along the side there, looks nice. There we go, and I'll just leave it on that side. I'll leave it. Actually, we could put one up there too. That looks nice. It's kind of clipping through the wall and back. It's not. You're not going to be able to get back there most times to see that, so should be fine. Maybe put one beside this. Right there, like that. I guess there's like a thing where it's like, oh, that's kind of clipping a little. That's no big deal. Why are we putting these covered storage things inside? I mean, it's a garage, so why are they covered up? But, you know... They do look like storage stuff. Maybe we're just, you know, covering them up for whatever reason. I don't care. It's just storage. It looks storage-like. We'll just put 2 on there. This will be the more empty one. Try to put them all the way around. There'll be... This one will be even more empty, maybe. Well, we'll just... I'm gonna randomize them a bit, you know. Here we got one stacked on top of the other. Then we got one in the corner here. I'll try to move this one up so it's not clipping with the door. But there, we've got different storage levels of these rooms. Try to line this up here from above because it's easier to... Actually, ideally I might have done this when the roof was off. To be perfectly honest, it might have been a lot easier to do. Kind of a little bit of a goof. But not that big a deal. We could get it. And I'll put one on this side, just for a change. Nice. And I'm trying to keep them all at the same size, even though they are scalable, just because we want to keep a little consistency in that, I think. Yeah, but that cryptid idea, that idea, I think that, if that was in No Man's Sky, that'd be pretty neat. No Man's Sky kind of needs these, like... And especially considering, like, I think it goes in the spirit of No Man's Sky, too. Because that really... You know, No Man's Sky is supposed to be kind of, as I understand it, about fostering this spirit of exploration or whatever, you know? And it's like, it really works to my mind, to do that by putting these mysteries that are in the game but nobody knows. Because it's like, when you do know, you don't care, because it's like, well, that's not a mystery. And when nobody knows all this stuff, people go to such... If you just like I said, look at Red Dead 2 or GTA or whatever. They have these weird mysteries, and people have spent... I'm gonna fix that. I really... People have spent time just poring over these mysteries and figuring out how they work and where to go next to see, like, a UFO appear or something. And in GTA and Red Dead, you don't even really get that much for your trouble in the end. Like, you just get to see something weird. But, you know, in No Man's Sky, you could do a thing where you actually had, like, oh, you could get this, like, really cool multi-tool off this creature somehow, or resource, or some kind of component, or something, decoration, I don't know. Something very neat, base part. If you get this creature, and it's really hard to figure out how to get this creature, and very cryptic, and people have to... And eventually, you know, of course, you know, the internet being what it is, it would fill up with guides and stuff on how to find the creature. So it would kind of be detailed, but as time went on. But that would be the fun of it. There would be this time period where everybody'd be, like, wondering, what's this thing? How do you find them? And what's the ultimate thing you get off of it? And what do you do and stuff? And then piecing it all together. And, you know, Hello Games, like, don't have a quest. Don't have the details. Don't have a guide. Don't be like, this is how you do it. This is where to do it. Just be like, there's weird things out there, guys. Get cracking, you know? Go find it. It's out there, though, you know? And then people find it, and they're like, oh, how do you do... You know, I don't know. I guess there would be, of course, you know, a level of people being frustrated about it, where it's like, I don't want to spend all this time, but I want the thing. I do want the reward, but I don't want to spend all this time. And it's not nice to have exclusive stuff in the game, only for some people who are smart or lucky or something, you know, and get this stuff. Which, you know, I guess I see that, but that's just a part of... You can't have the mystique otherwise, you know? I think we've got these all in. I think we do. I'll add some more stuff here. I feel like I want to get in there and walk around. Yeah. We really need to work on that teleporter situation, because getting in and out of this thing is, and messing around is really getting to be you know, quite a fun deal. We'll put some crates too. If we can find them. We got some good stuff here, like these boxes and stuff. Looks really good. Scale them up maybe a little bit. Kind of put them in there too as sort of dress up things. Give it some dressing. Don't want to overdo it, but yeah, put a few of these, stack them. Maybe put some cockeyed ones, you know. There's always some cockeyed boxes. Maybe put some on top of these other things here like that, you know. But yeah, I really think that cryptid idea, it has a lot of merit. It really does. And you might extend it too. It doesn't have to always be maybe creatures. Maybe it could also extend to like plants or just other weird things. But you could also, that would be neat too, to kind of have the horror element. Maybe some of these cryptids would be dangerous, like really dangerous. Approach with extreme caution and know what you're doing or something, you know. Then you could get that whole creepy, scary vibe that would really help out. Especially like, you know, like I said, you're crawling around the deep ocean and some creepy, really rare sea monster shows up that you never saw ever. And nobody's ever saw it. It's like, and you're like, oh no, I'm dead because that thing's going to come at me. But also, it's really rare. It's really neat. It's got some kind of cool item, maybe, or something I could get off of it. That would really help. And it would seem to me, you know, I mean, maybe that's a programming hassle of extreme size, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not, you know, I'm not Hello Games. I'm not working on the game. Maybe there's a lot too much trouble involved in that. But it would seem from a perspective outside that might be a simplistic thing to do. I mean, comparatively, compared to some other things. Not too difficult, but I don't know. I don't know. It is a neat idea, though. Just imagining it and how it would go. You know, you'd see people making videos, you know, like, oh, look! You know, I was crawling along the rim of the crater one night, and oh, there's me, I'm a cryptid. And I saw this thing, and look, I just saw a bit of it, and it was gone, but this is the planet, this is what it looked like, you know, and I don't know what to do. We need to find it, guys. You know, stuff like that. I don't know. I think that would really kind of put some pep in this game in a way. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, this game's fun on its own. You know, but that would just be another layer, another really neat, interesting layer to this. If there was something like that. And I have to say, I've said this before, the biology in this game is a little bit boring sometimes. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff, but after a while it's just like, oh look, it's another fat weird cow out of like the 300 fat weird cows I've seen. And they never really, they're just kind of jogging around the surface of the planet, you know, pooping and eating or whatever. And it's just like, well, there's the animals. There they are. Some of them look neat and some of them don't look so neat, but there they are. There's nothing special about it. And it's like, there are some rare ones where it's like, oh, I haven't seen a lot of those, but even then, there's not like a, it needs to be like some kind of like, something around it, lore and mystery and like, just hide it. Don't tell anybody about it, too. Hide it in the game like they do with the GTA stuff and the Red Dead. Anyway, though, I do want to show you, just for, you know, a little bit of reward for making it to the end of the video, which I guess you could just click to this point and see it anyway. But I'm going to show you a planet. And this time, it's a paradise planet. Okay. And this is it. This is the paradise I was talking about. And then we just had a little elephant ragdoll himself with joy over this ridge here. He's so happy to live on this planet. But basically, I found this in my journeys. And this is I believe it is a true paradise. I do not believe, I think I've had a storm here. And all the time I spent walking around on it, which of course, maybe wasn't long enough. But I believe it is a true paradise. And not only that, but as you can see, it is a very near-Earth paradise, which in No Man's Sky is quite the jewel of the stars. A near-Earth paradise, and it has a good space, okay? Nice dark, deep dark blue color to the space, so the system looks good when you're in space. And this planet is just, as you can see, primarily green grass. The water is actually blue. I'll just take a little dive in there just to show you. But yes, the water is actually blue, or at least kind of a teal, but that's enough to get it close to Earth. The sky is a kind of a teal blue. So yes, this is a very near Earth paradise planet. And I will say, some of the topology on this planet is not the greatest. There's some parts with some very extreme mountains that I don't really care for personally. Though maybe that won't bother you. And if it does, there are these areas like this little island I'm on now where the topology's, not actually that bad. These coastal areas. And you can get these wonderful views of the blue ocean and everything. Now there are quite a few of those wacky electrical disturbances sometimes. But, that's off and on and here and there. So, but as you can see, actually a pretty seriously nice near-Earth paradise. So, I will give you the glyph address to this. If you play No Man's Sky, you should be able to get here if you have a way of using these glyphs on a portal. And you could do whatever for yourself. Ooh, technology that just happens to be buried but floating for me to take without even doing any digging. But yeah, use the glyphs, show up here, and make yourself a nice base. Really nice paradise with some ocean and all that stuff just going great. But basically, that's about it for this session. I hope you had a great time, and I hope I leave you feeling really good wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever part of the world, whatever time zone, even whatever time in history. For all I know, maybe you're watching this, in 2090 on Mars or some weird thing. I don't know. But, in the case you are in this timeline, though, at this time in history, around when this video comes out, and you see it, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to this channel. That's wonderful stuff to do. I'd like to see this video get maybe 30 likes. That'd be cool if that could happen. But, yeah, just do that. If you want, there's ways to financially support us in our ways in the description. We have membership now on YouTube, so you can click the join button if you want to do that. But there's also a link to the coffee in the description for one-time donations. But whatever, I hope at the very least you enjoyed your time on this video, and I hope you will have a really great night or day, whatever the case may be. This has been Billy Cultist. Bye-bye.